Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, where today we are starting the 66th run of the game. Can you believe it? I can't. It's been quite a long time, and this is exciting that we actually get to continue running through the game. Now, this run, we're gonna focus on... no, I'm just kidding. For this run, it'll be kind of some lesser developed builds that typically can do some good damage, but they take a little bit to set up, and they're kind of like forcing you into a certain kind of playstyle where you wouldn't normally go through the game this way, but we're going to see how it goes. Now for today, what we're going to be running is volley, and we're going to focus on launch attacks, which is why we have such an odd pairing of passive gifts here. I mean, we have maintained focus, which gives us up to 38 seconds of focus time, and we have focus carnage, which reduces the amount of focus gauge that's consumed, and namely in this case by launch attacks. So we should be able to get 3 launch attacks per focus phase, and we have focus recovery here, which gives us it gives us 50 points of focus on our bar, which is half of our bar. So if we are in any kind of position where we can get focused off of using focus recovery or a good dodge or getting slapped in the face, we will be in a position to get 30% back, or 30% damage increase to our veil damage, and then 20% increased damage to our weapon. And because this is the attack, we strike with our weapon first, and then we do a launch attack, and then we go for the veil. So we will score double bonus out of using both of these. Now if we get a launch attack on an enemy, typically they are on the ground afterwards, and so during that time it's a great point in time to get health back from Usurper's Blade if we are so inclined to, you know, actually need some health. So it's a great way to get some health back during a moment in time, because this does have quite a long startup time, and at that moment when they are helpless on the ground, they still are able to be hit. They don't have iframes when they're on the ground, and so that way we will be able to collect some health along the way if we need it. So as we get into the run here, we are also able to use focus recovery while we are focused to extend our duration of focus time. So that can give us another 19 seconds or almost two more launch attacks. So, and we have White Mia along for the fact that we are going to actually need lots and lots of time for our gifts to be on uptime. So as you'll see here, let's see about getting these guys to attack us. Oops. Okay. There we go. And there's one. And you can see there, 10,000 damage is pretty good. And before we get to the next enemy, we'll probably use focus recovery. And there we go. We'll do that, so then we can launch this fella. So 10,000 damage, it's pretty good. And if we go for 25% more damage on launch, okay, and 12,564, so pretty decent. And we'll extend our focus bar a little more, okay, and we'll launch him up. And we have just enough time, it looks like, to launch this guy. Okay, good. So that is kind of the entire setup here of what we are trying to go for. Oh, and during the rest of the time, we are going to have to try and dodge attacks as much as we can. And you'll notice that we will be kind of low on Ichor most of the time, just because of the fact that, you know, we actually need to try and hit the enemy in order to get Ichor back. And because most of the time we won't be doing actual damage, we'll have to kind of break our rule here of of going for a little bit of extra damage, and so that's kind of what we'll have to work through overall, is just the fact that, you know, when we need iCore, we do have to actually go for damage. Otherwise, you know, it's all about going for those launch attacks. Now we're not going to rest at the missile there. There's no point for us for right now. So because we are still in a position where we can actually do pretty well, and there's some health back from using Usurper's Blade, which is very, very nice. That at any point in time we can kind of choose when and how we want to get that health back. And if Mia doesn't kill everything in our path, then we will be good enough here to go for some dodges and okay, and hopefully get some of our okay, one more. Oh, okay, there we go. Oop. Okay, and then we can launch the guy. There we go. And you can see how, like I said, it kind of forces you into this play style. But the cool thing is that typically, you know, you don't, oh, we still got it. We still got it. Typically, you don't go for anything like this, and that's what makes it kind of enjoyable, is to see something extra that you, whoops, that you don't normally see. Okay, and we do need to get some dodges in here. Oops. So we can, okay, let's just go for some health, because we're running kind of low here. And let's see if this guy attacks. Nope, okay. Let's just go for the kill here. And get a little bit of iCore, and we'll get some focus there. Now you'll notice that most of our build isn't actually being used, because we just don't have the appropriate iCore levels. So we'll kill this guy, and we'll go for this fella over here. Oh, there we go. So getting hit, if we could have cleansing light going, that would be, you know, ultra super amazing helpful. So let's go for it now, just so we can have it running. We'll launch this fella. Now we should be able to get 2 launch attacks out of him easily enough. There we go. So we do 10,000 damage every time, which is very, very nice. And if we wanted to, we could extend our focus a little bit more. Now, it is a little bit skewed here at the beginning of the game, obviously, because everything is extra weak and extra lame. And so that's kind of the fight that we're fighting against here, I guess you could say, is that we are using a build that is, you know, capable of 10,000 damage, which none of these enemies have basically 10,000 health, and so we're kind of breaking them against what they can even do. We'll just go for a backstab on this guy, because this next area is going to get a little bit crazy. Okay, let's see if he'll attack. 1, 2, there we go, and we'll go ahead and launch this guy. Now let's go for this fella here. Whoop. Okay, everybody missed everybody there. That was very interesting. Okay, let's extend our time. Ouch. We just took some massive damage there. Okay. Who do we got? Everybody's dead. Okay, so all those iframes were very, very helpful there to make sure that we were able to withstand all of the attacks incoming. And because they were all focused on me, no pun intended, Mia was able to completely annihilate everything around us. So, that's pretty awesome. And what's also awesome is our cruise hair that we are rocking on the Golden Warrioress here. And the reason that's so cool is because I've wanted that for years and I could never get it to work, and I finally got the mod and I finally got it installed and everything, and so now we can have the best hairstyle in the game for our Revenant. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I had to move the bow and everything just to get it in the right spot. Now this will, this entire setup here will obviously, for obvious reasons that you can't launch bosses, this will completely fall apart in every sense of how this build is meant to operate. This is only good for adventuring. This is absolute trash for what we are going to do here versus Oliver, and so that is something that we do have to kind of keep in mind here. Okay, let's see what this guy's gonna do. Okay, and let's do this. Ouch. And let's go ahead and launch him. Now that is unfortunate that we took so much damage there, but that's completely fine. We will be okay for the Oliver fight, guaranteed. Okay, so not bad there. Okay, good. And we'll just go ahead and heal up all the way because we probably won't need any healing for the Oliver fight.
You look pretty confident.
That's right. Thank you, Mia. We definitely are thinking pretty confidently. Now, the interesting thing about boss fights and focus is that when you are focused, you can stagger the boss much more easily than you normally would in a any kind of other scenario. And so we are going to, if we get the chance, we are going to go for those uppercuts in order to take care of Oliver and stagger him around. Okay. Alright. And let's see here. We'll do that for a little bit of Ichor here. He's going after Mia for whatever reason. We'll get some focus here. Okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe he'll attack me and we can get focused there. So I'll show you a little bit here. Oh. If we can dodge a few attacks. There we go. Okay. And you'll notice here he staggers. And there's another stagger. We'll extend our focus time. Okay. And sometimes if you get him to stagger endlessly, you can get him to stand close to you, and you can stagger him back into a wall endlessly. As you saw there, it takes 2 uppercuts in order to stagger him because of the amount of balance damage that the focus state actually does. Even though you can't launch the enemy or the boss, you can absolutely stagger lock them over and over and over and over, depending on how many focus strikes it takes in order to stagger them. So it's something that you can look into on your own and enjoy that as a viable means of getting through certain bosses. Now, it doesn't work for like every boss where you can stagger lock them into a corner, but for something like Oliver where he has no other recourse or anything or any other kind of attack pattern to do other than, you know, swing his big hammer. And that's pretty much all he does. So you're able to take away most of his attack power by just staggering him into a corner. So if you were thinking and looking for a way to kind of use focus in a boss fight, that's how you would do it. And the cool thing is that because you have focus recovery, you can increase your focus bar on demand, and you can constantly have that going. Now the cooldown is problematic for sure, but if you sync up with White Mia or regular Mia and use Blood Awakening, it reduces your cooldown by 50%. So this instead of 20 seconds, it would be 10 seconds, and because you have 20 or 38 seconds on the clock for maintain focus. You'll always be able to have focus depending on how many uppercut attacks you would do to a boss. But you would be doing 50% less damage, and so that's kind of a trade-off there, that you could be focused like all the time. But the reality is that you wouldn't be able to actually do the amount of damage that we're doing right now, because we will be reducing our damage significantly. Hey Louis, what's up? Okay, so let me show you kind of what I'm describing here. And I guess we can just get rid of this one. And to account for some of the loss in the communal gift, what we would do here probably is go for something like this. So we would
need to maintain awareness.
Yep. So we would be able to have Bridge to Glory. So we would get a pretty hefty light value here that we could add to our damage. So as you can see here, we are at let's do this. We're at 3112. I guess we'll need to do this so we can get our high core up. So 3112, and then we go down to 1942. So it's a pretty significant decrease, but it's only in the multiplicative values. It doesn't affect Bridge to Glory. So we're getting about 700 and whatever, 700 and what is that, 80 or 775 or whatever that we're getting added there for free, which is pretty good. So 1942 is still a pretty respectable amount of value for damage to put on our halberd here. And so if we go and get the key, and we'll fight Oliver again,
right there.
and we'll show you if we can stagger lock him into a corner. And it's pretty satisfying, all things considered, just because of the fact that, you're able to actually get to a point where you're continuously doing damage, while at the same time you are pretty much, not in any kind of fear of any kind of retaliation, just because of the fact that the boss is moving backwards continually into the wall. And so if you can get them next to a wall, then Oliver won't have a chance to back up away from your weapon strikes, so you'll be able to constantly damage him, which is pretty hilarious and pretty amazing that you're even able to do that. Okay, got both keys. This is the faster route to Oliver in the depths. In the other den, or in the Den of the Dead, it's a little bit more cumbersome to get to Oliver, and so this is much better. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get Mia going here, and we'll have to get focused here a little bit, and that will be kind of tough, just because of the fact that you have to number one, get focused first and foremost. And as you see, like the timer is ticking out before we actually get to Oliver. So, oh, okay, almost there. There we go. Oops. Oh, we missed. Okay. Oop, missed again. Okay, we got slammed there. And there he's staggering over and over. It's not the greatest demonstration of it, right? But you can kind of see how it would work out. Okay, we need one more attack. Come on, big boy. There we go. Oh, ouch. He did the quick attack. There we go. And let's get him. There we go. Okay, almost into the wall here. Okay. There's another stagger. 1, 2. Oh, almost. Almost had him staggered. Okay. There's another one. There we go. Oh. As you can see, it's still a little tough to get him. He'll stagger here, and one more, and he'll stagger. Oh. Okay. Well, you can see that like him moving around and running around and everything, but you can see how it works. So on Oliver, it's every 2 strikes. Now it's not the same for every weapon, but it works fairly well. But launch attacks are a lot of fun, and they actually make for a fun, different variety of playstyle as compared to the normal everything that you would normally do. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Welcome back to the road to 100, man. It's been great. We got 37 or 33 more runs, 34 more runs, and we'll be heading it off. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you tomorrow with another great fun build that's a little less obvious than what you would normally go for. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.